Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, today's video is all about the green sticker certification, how to get your van changed over to the green certificate certification, or how to upgrade your van. It's the last video I'm going to do on this subject, simply because, well, I'm over it. I want to move on. Do some other videos about building vans or going camping or travel, all those fun things. That's what this channel is all about. But I do want people to be up to speed with what they have to do to upgrade their van to get certification for the new rules, because I've been flat out here upgrading people's vans. So if you've got one, you need to get hold of us very, very quickly, because it's going to get crazy busy leading up to Christmas, okay? So get in early and get it done. But today's video is the basics on what you need to get the job done and completed and get your certificate. Coming right up. This video is made possible by KVM, Freedom and Stealth Camper Vans, keeping your dream to be free right on track.
Open up your eyes, take a deep breath, soak it all in, it's right on your doorstep. Feel the natural beauty seep into your heart, leave your cares behind you and get ready to start. We got to go, head on the open highway, let's go see where the sky meets the sea. We gotta go, see the beauty, do it my way. KVM inspire you and me, feeling only free.
Right, what I'm going to do, guys, is go over the rules as they are written down, as they stand, and I'll do a little bit explanation of each one, try and put it into practical terms that we can all understand and actually put into practice. Okay, so let's work through the list. There's not many, there's only 8 items on the list. Okay, so what do you need to get your green sticker certification under the new rules for Freedom Camping? Right, number 1, a means of loading water onto the vehicle without risk of contamination. Okay, so you've got to get the water onto the van, you've got to get it into your freshwater tanks without risk of it being contaminated. Okay, so you've got to have a way of loading your tanks that you have in the van for your fresh water. Number 2, a system that stores and conveys water in a secure manner without the risk of contamination. So you've got to have a way to use that fresh water without it getting contaminated. Typically you might have a sink and you would have a tap that would pump the water up from your freshwater containers into the sink, and when it's in the sink you are able to use it. You can wash your apple, you can wash your hands, and you can practically use that water safely without the risk of any contamination. Now, there's something else worth noting when it comes to the rules regarding your freshwater containers, and that is they must be hidden away from any direct sunlight. Sunlight hitting the fresh water, they say, can cause bacteria to grow, so your fresh water must be away from any sunlight. At KVM Camper Vans, our freshwater tanks are in a cupboard, a closed cupboard, so it's very, very dark, so this is a good thing. So just bear in mind, if you're putting water tanks or water containers in your system, make sure it is in a very dark place and away from any sunlight. This is a requirement because it keeps the water fresh and less chance of getting any bacteria growth in your water. Okay, the next one, a very important issue at the moment, a fixed toilet. A toilet that is permanently fixed down to the floor and can be emptied without removing the base. In other words, typically, well, in our vans we have the cassette toilets. They are permanently fixed to the floor. and you just slide them out, slide out the cassette, empty the cassette, then you can slide it back into the toilet so the toilet stays where it is, permanently fixed. And another note is it must be able to be used when the bed is made up. So it's got to be in a position where the toilet can be used at all times. Okay, can't be packed away in a cupboard like it traditionally has been in the past. Okay, a freshwater system that both collects and stores grey water and black water securely and hygienically. Okay, so this means your toilet obviously has got to collect the black water in the lower tank, or the black water tank. That's the base under the under part of the toilet. That's pretty self-explanatory. All toilets have that. In regards to your sink, you need a system that's going to take the water from the sink into your storage container or your grey water tank. Typically in a sink, in our vans anyway, KVM vans, we have the sink, we have the plug, and then we have the hose from the bottom of the plug that comes down and up and down into the waste water tank. Now it's got to have that loop in it. It's got to have that sort of bend in it that comes around, because that's where the water sits, in that bend, and that stops smells coming up from the wastewater tank around into the van. So your hose from your sink has got to come down, around and up. It's got to have that bend. Then it's got to go down and into your waste water tank, or your grey water tank. So it's got to be able to, you've got to be able to shift water from your sink into your storage tank safely without risk of any contamination, or hygienically. Okay, number 5, ventilation system. A ventilation system that removes odors from the vehicle and minimizes the amount of smells and gases in the vehicle. Okay, so there's two things at play here. One, your toilet. As from June next year, all camper vans need to have the breather hose attached properly and correctly, and must have the green sticker certification. Now, up till then, you've got a bit of time. But from that time on, you've got to have your fixed toilet with the breather hose coming out of the black water tank. It's got to go up past the height of the storage tank, and then down out through the floor. Now also remember that breather hose has got to be able to be detached, so you can empty the toilet, or you can take the cassette out and empty it. So you've got to have a way of detaching that hose and plugging the hole so whatever's in the waste tank there doesn't spill out. KVM camper vans, we have the proper professional plumbing attachment there, the metal and the brass, with a cut-off valve. You can turn off the valve, remove the hose, slide out the cassette, empty the toilet, slide the cassette back in, attach the hose and turn it on. So you can empty the cassette efficiently and without risk of any contamination. Now also, you must have a breather hose on your fresh water tank under the sink. For 2 people, you'll need to have, I think it is 20 or 25 litres minimum of fresh water. And of course, if you've got 25 litres fresh water, you need to have 25 litres of tank to hold the wastewater. But your freshwater container or tank must have a breather hose coming out the top. It must go up past the bottom level of your sink and then down out through the floor. Okay, so you've got to have a breather hose for your grey water under your sink, and you've got to have the breather hose coming out from the black water from your toilet. Okay, you've got to have a good ventilation system set up. Okay, you've got to have a sink that is installed safely and drains to the wastewater system tank safely and efficiently. So you've got to have a sink here, somewhere to hold the water out of the freshwater tank container, so you can wash your hands, wash your fruit, and then it drains out the bottom into your holding tank. Number 7, you need a rubbish bin with a closing lid. Rubbish storage that is secure and fit for purpose. It's written down here. So you need one with the closing lid, and it needs to be secure or attached somewhere or fixed somewhere. You don't want to be driving down the road, put on your brakes, and then boom, you get whacked in the back of the head by a flying rubbish bin. We don't want that. So it needs to be secure. Okay, so have a secure rubbish bin there with a closing lid. Pretty basic, pretty straightforward there. Number 8, a means of disposing of wastewater hygienically to an appropriate outfall or dumping station. Okay, so the toilet is pretty self-explanatory. You've got to be able to empty the toilet. So you can slide out the cassette, take it away, empty it at the proper location, dump station, and then bring it back and slide it back in. Your wastewater tank under the sink, your grey water, you need to be able to empty it safely and hygienically. So you've got to remove any hose that's in there, you've got to put a cap on it so no grey water spills out or splashes. Typically in our vans and a lot of small Freedom camper vans, you can take that tank out, container out, empty it, and then place it back in and set it up again. So that is efficient for that. Now if your van doesn't meet these requirements, you'll need to bring it in. You'll need to get it updated, chopped and changed, or whatever you need to do to meet these rules to get your new green certificate certification. If you don't have a breather hose on your toilet or the new toilet, you've got till June next year to get that done. Rental companies, rental vans only have till this December. So there's a big panic on with rental van companies to get everything done. We've been very busy sending out toilets and helping rental van companies getting set up for the new rules. We've had a lot of private little vans coming in almost every day, getting converted and built and recertified with the green stickers. So if yours is not done, guys, try and get in early. Contact us through the website kvmcampervans.com. Get it in here. We'll do the change and chopping or whatever needs to be done to get your toilet in and certified and grey water. We'll get it all set up for you, and we can do the certification on site. Okay, we'll get you all certified with your green sticker so that this summer you can get out, just enjoy yourself and go camping. But get in early because it is going to be a queue closer to Christmas as the weather gets hot, I tell you. Now I hope I've explained those rules quite well. There was 8 of them. Quite simple and straightforward, really, and I hope I've done a good job of explaining it. Like I've said, I'm going to refer people to this video because everything you need is here. Now there's nothing in here to say about the bed, for example, or the cabinets or the cupboards or the curtains. It doesn't say anything about the bed. You can have a bed on the floor, you can have your bed on the legs, up a little bit. It doesn't say that. But your van has to be fit for purpose. In other words, you do have to have room and a place to sleep. Okay, so let's get that right. You do need a bed of sorts in there so you can sleep, so your camper van is fit for purpose. Okay, the inspection officer, like I said on my last videos, does have the discretion and the power to be able to fail you if he does not think your van is fit for purpose. So if you meet all these and you've got somewhere to sleep, you've got a bed of sorts in there, this should be a breeze. Okay, you should be fine. There's nothing else in here in regards to height for the head or the width or anything like that. No, nothing to do with it. Nothing here. These are the set out, written down rules that we need to abide by, and this is what we go by at KVM camper vans. So get your van booked in and get it upgraded to the green certification. Now remember, all vans, caravans, camping vans need to have this done. Now if you enjoyed this video, guys, or if it was helpful in any way, please share it around. Everybody needs to know this. Everyone who's coming to New Zealand and going to hire a van or go camping or freedom camping needs to know this. Okay, the van that you hire for your holiday, it's got to have that green sticker certification. If you're going to buy a new van, you've got to get them. Make sure that van has got the green sticker certification. Spread it around your Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Everyone needs to know these rules. I don't want to hear stories of people getting caught, okay, spending all this money on a van and then finding out they can't go legal camping, freedom camping. We don't want that. So please spread this video around with all your friends, on all the camping websites and all the camping Facebook websites. Spread it around as much as you can. Let's get the word out there so that everyone gets things done properly, and we can just look forward to enjoying ourselves this summer and go camping. Over and out. Cheers, guys. Thank you.